rather than brushing everything under the carpet. Oh no, that's your family after all. After all, they nurtured you. What kind of a nurturance, what kind of, upbringing are we talking about? Filled with manipulation, gaslighting, withholding love and affection, silent treatment, triangulation. I mean, are these supposed to be, something that a family is made up of? Hey everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about narcissistic families, and before I get going, I would request you all to like, share, subscribe the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys are updated whenever we put out a new content. So I get to hear a lot from, the survivors of narcissistic abuse and narcissistic families and narcissistic parents. And they say that whenever they try and go no contact, or whenever they uphold boundaries, or whenever they try and emotionally distance or disengage with their narcissistic family members, they are shamed. Yeah, they are labeled as mean and selfish, and a lot of gaslighting phrases are thrown at these survivors, and at the victims. And those phrases include, so what, after all she's your mother, so what, after all he's your father, no family is perfect, nobody is perfect, they had their own hardship, they had a difficult backstory, and they are the way they are because of their difficult backstory. So in general, society tends to enable and embolden narcissists and narcissistic tendencies and behavior. So you cannot expect much from the outside world. The most important thing that you can do is to run away from them and start over again. Yeah, because till the time you are with them, you will be surrounded by their ecosystem. Their ecosystem comprises of their enablers, flying monkeys. So don't expect them to be on your side. Don't expect them to reach out to you and help you recover and fix and patch things up. None of them are going to help you. Instead, they are going to know your vulnerabilities, find out your weaknesses, and then they are going to hand over all of that valuable information to the narcissist. Yeah, because in general, if you see, society tends to support, reward, encourage and enable the narcissist. Yeah, whether it is any profession, politics, any department, it's the same thing everywhere. Yeah, and narcissists are good, yeah, in making their way to the top. Yeah, it's very easy for them. And it is because they lack empathy. They have this strong sense of entitlement. They just don't care. They ruthlessly keep doing what they have to, and they keep pursuing what they have to. If they have any goal in their mind, they will do anything and everything in their capacity to reach there. Yeah, with us, we have empathy. We often engage in self-reflection. We know our limitation and boundaries. We really don't like hurting others. We don't like hurting others you know uh, in the process of getting what we want from the others. We really don't hurt others in the process of getting things from them. Yeah, if they can do things for us, it's okay, but if they can't, we move on. We try and do things all by ourselves. Yeah, but with narcissistic individuals, they will do anything and everything to get what they want out of you. Yeah, and this is what makes them a ruthless master. Yeah, they will somehow or the other make their way to the top. Yeah, so narcissistic families, narcissistic family values, narcissistic family tradition is seen in high regards in our society. And I mean, I come from India, so in India, oh, it's a different story altogether. I mean, people are literally worshipping narcissistic tendencies, behavior. I have seen, narcissistic individuals bragging, well, I was beaten, very badly by my parent, and that's the reason, I am where I am. Yeah, all that beating, made me a tough man, and I'm not beating you enough. This is, something which I've heard, from narcissistic parents. Yeah, they brag, and they feel good, and society also emboldens and enables such behavior and attitude by saying, well, your daddy is hitting you because he wants to prepare you for this difficult world. Well, your mother is treating you that way because she wants you to be strong. She wants you to grow up to be a strong woman, a strong man. So, we have a lot of these gaslighting and enabling, phrases all around us. Yeah. And this is because, I mean, 1 out of 5 individuals are narcissistic. Yeah. And they might be less narcissistic or more narcissistic, but, it's very common, from where I come from. I see it on a regular basis. I see it on a daily basis. Yeah. I mean, these narcissistic in-laws, narcissistic parents, narcissistic children, narcissistic sibling. I mean, it's very common. And the best part is, these narcissistic individuals, have this extreme sense of entitlement. They feel that they are perfect. They don't need to change. The world should learn from them. Change is for the inferior, the, ones with the flaws. They don't need to change. I mean, the narcissistic individual doesn't need to change. And as a result of which, these narcissistic individuals never, reach out to healthcare professionals or mental health care professionals and get themselves evaluated. So, we really don't get, clear numbers. Yeah. There might be some numbers and some, statistics that is available that, 1% or 5% of the total population, suffer from narcissistic personality disorder. But in today's time, I mean, there are narcissists who are not clinically diagnosed. Yeah. So that doesn't mean, narcissistic individuals don't exist. That doesn't mean narcissistic individuals are exotic, species. Yeah, who are rare. Yeah, it's very common. It's everywhere. Now, coming to the narcissistic families are no different from, those farms and those, meat industries and those factories. Yeah, because, you are, bred for a purpose and reason. You are not raised to be an independent individual and then move on in life and do whatever, you want in life. You are, bred to serve the narcissistic parent. You are raised in a specific way. You are conditioned in a specific way. Yeah, to meet their, needs, wants, desire, and requirements. You are not allowed to be yourself. Yeah, and this is the, most important thing. In a narcissistic family, you have to believe in the things the narcissistic parents, believe in. You have to like the things narcissistic parents like. You have to, hate the things that narcissistic parents dislike and hate. So, you have to, become an extension of them. You are not allowed to develop your own sense of self. You are not allowed to become your authentic self. Yeah, whenever you try and be yourself, whenever you try and do things your way, you are gaslighted, you are manipulated, you are shamed, you are guilt tripped, and you are made to believe that, you are nothing without them. Yeah, you only exist because of them, and you cannot exist without them. Yeah. So, your growth is stunted. You are not allowed to develop, in different ways. You are just, nourished, nurtured to an extent where you become, someone who can do the job, where you become someone who can service them, where you become someone who can start serving them. That's it. They are not going to, nurture you selflessly. They are not going to, let you do things your way. They are not going to let you pursue what you like, what you don't like. They are not going to let you exercise your own autonomy. So they are going to do the bare minimum, and they will wait for the right time. The moment they see you are fit, they are going to burden you with different responsibilities and roles. And that's it, whether it is emotional need, financial need, whatsoever. Narcissistic parents want return. Yeah, so anything and everything that they do with you is, for return. So if they see that they are not getting the return, that is something which is very, bad and very, heartbreaking for them. Yeah, they want return, and they knew that this entire process is going to work if they're going to have sex and breed and raise you. They have a permanent supply, but The moment they see that you are going off hook, the moment they see you are exercising your autonomy, the moment they see you are doing things your way, you are asking questions, you are uh, doing things which you like, that is something which really threatens them. Yeah, they are scared of losing you, because they bred you for a purpose and reason, and that is to solely serve them. That's it. Yeah, they did not bring you in this world so that you can be an independent individual and do whatever you want in your life and move on. No, they want you to be dependent on them. They want you to be a loyal, devoted, dedicated doormat, emotional toilet, a slave, unpaid laborer. That's how things are. Yeah. So, this is the reason why I, don't, consider narcissistic families to be families. They are just, setups. They are just like farms and those industries where you are bred for a purpose and reason. You are not allowed, your own independence, which is your own, birthright. You are not allowed that.
Yeah.
You have to do anything and everything with their approval. Yeah, if you go ahead and do things your way, you know what's going to come next. Yeah, they're going to make sure that they teach you a very good lesson. And how do they teach you a good lesson? Passive aggressive behavior, silent treatment, withholding love and affection, withholding access to food, withholding financial support. They are going to do a lot of things, yeah, to let you know as to who the boss is, yeah, and you simply have to comply and listen to the boss, or else your food supply will be withheld, your financial support will be confiscated and withheld. All sorts of things are going to happen. And how can you say that this is a healthy stuff? According to me, this is absolutely disgusting, nasty, toxic, and this is not what family is. Family is where you feel safe. Family is where you are validated, where you are loved unconditionally, where everyone is there to help you, support you, encourage you, motivate you, and let you grow. Family is not where you have these parasites who just cling on to you and keep sucking out the energy out of you, keep sucking the goodness out of you and leave you dry. No, family is something where you are nourished, nurtured, and you evolve and you grow up to be whoever you want to be. Family is always there to support you. Family doesn't keep pulling you back. Family doesn't guilt trip you or shame you. Family doesn't manipulate you. Family doesn't push you in roles. Family doesn't keep you reminded of the bare minimum they have done for you. Families don't make you feel invisible. Families don't scapegoat you. Families don't compare you. Families don't belittle you. Families don't um, get into extreme criticism. Families don't shame you. Yeah, so it's high time we see things for the way they are, rather than brushing everything under the carpet. Oh no, that's your family after all. After all, they nurtured you. What kind of a nurturance, what kind of upbringing are we talking about? Filled with manipulation, gaslighting, withholding love and affection, silent treatment, triangulation. I mean, are these supposed to be something that a family is made up of? Are these supposed to be the things that an innocent individual deserves from his or her parent? No. Yeah, so narcissistic families are just like those farms, barns, and those factories where things are produced and sold. And to tell you honestly, narcissistic parents don't hesitate in discarding their children. So the moment they see you are not believing in the things they believe in, you don't have the same goal, you don't share the same value, goal, belief, they are going to discard you. They are going to give you reminders, and then they are going to discard you. In some of the cases I have seen narcissistic parents physically discarding their children as well. It's not always physical discard. Sometimes discard means that you are simply treated as an invisible child. You are scapegoated. That is a form of discard. Yeah, where they are done with you. They know that they cannot get anything out of you, and you're just there For social reason, maybe, they are just feeding you and keeping you in the house, but they are just done. You are not, playing along. You are not a part of their shared fantasy. So narcissistic families are basically institutions where it is all about transaction. Yeah, do the bare minimum and have the highest yield. The moment they see they are unable to yield, you know the kind of things they have, dreamt of, that is the time they feel shattered. That is the time, they are disheartened. That is the time they feel very disappointed. And this is who they are. Sometimes what happens is, we see them as our parent and we keep asking this question: why didn't she treat me right? Why didn't she love me the way how she loved her golden child, the son? Why didn't my father love me, for who I was? Why didn't my father love me for who I am? We keep having all these, thoughts, and, we keep ruminating about it. And this is because, we are trying to, see them as normal parents. Yeah. Whereas in the fact is, they are not parents, they are breeders. Yeah, who have got into marriage and who have decided to breed more slaves to serve them, aid them, enable them. That's it. Yeah, the moment you have this radical acceptance that your parents are narcissistic individuals, you will, have a lot of clarity. Narcissistic individuals can never be a good husband. Narcissistic individuals can never be good in any relationship. Yeah, they are just like ruthless, entitled masters. That's it. And narcissistic parents are nothing more than egg donors and sperm donors. Yeah, so it's high time, stop seeing them as parents. They are just the reason you are here. That's it. Don't expect them to, treat you the way how a healthy individual does. They are never going to treat you right. Yeah, they were the reason you are here. That's it. Give closure. Have this radical acceptance. They are never going to change. And no matter sell yourself, you sell your soul, you sell your body, you sell your kidney, you sell your organ. No matter what you do, you can never please them. Yeah, because they are such individuals who are not even happy with their own self, and they look out for external feedback and, external responses to make them feel a little stable and better. So no matter what you do, you can never please them. They will keep shifting the goal. They will keep comparing you. They will keep on, giving you backhanded compliments. So basically, it's a kind of a trap. It's a factory where you have been raised to do a certain job. Yeah, that is to please the narcissistic parent, do their bidding, serve them. That's it. So narcissistic families, I mean, are not families according to me. It's high time we see them as a transactional institution and nothing more than that. Because the moment you know uh, see them, that way, a lot of, that fog, goes away. You get a lot of clarity. Yeah, I mean, you will have, reduced expectation from them. Yeah, because till the time you don't have clarity, till the time, you don't have this awareness, we keep, ruminating. We keep thinking, why is my mom treating me like this? Why is dad not loving me? And we keep doubting our own self. And all of that rumination, all of that doubt, in a way erodes our sense of self, our self-worth and self-esteem. And as a result of which, you know, um, we become, dysfunctional individuals, and we keep attracting toxic and dysfunctional individuals. So, see them the way they are, accept the fact that, okay, they can be the reason that you are here, but your life is your making. Yeah, your life is not their making. Yeah, so you have to take the control. You have to work on yourself, and the only way is no contact. Yeah, no matter what people say, in the end, you have to manage your shit. Yeah, people are not going to come and pay your bill. People are not going to, come and soothe you and help you, out of, the mental misery you are stuck in. People are not going to help you in any ways. Instead, they are going to gaslight you. Instead, they are going to embolden the narcissist. Instead, they are going to empower and enable the narcissist. They are going to, whitewash the narcissist's abusive behavior, and they are going to gaslight you and tell you, she's an old woman, so what if she abused you, so what if she mistreated you, but she loves you. They are going to project as if the narcissistic parents love is a tough love. You have to get into the competition and you have to win their love. Yeah, or maybe they are going to gaslight you, and they are going to tell you, I mean, these enablers and flying monkeys, they are going to gaslight you and they're going to tell you that narcissistic parents are unable to express their love. Yeah, that's a classic a thing that I get to hear quite often. Yeah, when others are saying maybe she is unable to express her love, but let me tell you, she loves you. Well, if she is unable to express her love to her child, how the hell are you so sure that she loves her child? Yeah, I mean, that's a legit question. So accept the way how things are. Narcissistic families are transactional institutions where you have your egg donor and sperm donor, and that's it. The sooner you have this realization, the sooner you accept this fact, it will be better for you. Don't buy all those gaslighting phrases and all those enabling statements from flying monkeys, fellow narcissists, and the narcissistic parents enablers. Yeah, because they are simply going to try their level best to keep pushing you back in that abuse cycle. They really don't want you to come out. Yeah, they don't want the narcissist to lose their supply. Yeah, because if today they are enabling the narcissist, tomorrow some other fellow narcissist might come and help them as well, might enable them as well. So it's almost like a system, it's almost like an ecosystem. Yeah, it survives by enabling each other. Every toxic narcissistic individual survives by enabling the other fellow narcissist. Yeah, there is no room for anything healthy. Yeah, so have radical acceptance. I mean, it's hard. Give it some time. Let the entire information sink in. Uh, but the sooner you have this realization and awareness, things are going to be easy for you. Yeah, don't see them as your parent. Okay, I get it. They might be biologically your parent, but they are just individuals who need slaves and servants. They are individuals who bred and brought you in this world to serve them and not to do things your way and for your own self. Yeah. So yes, narcissistic families are not families. They are farms. They are industry. They are like those barns where animals and all of these things are raised. And these narcissistic parents yield and try their level best to have the maximum yield, and then they brag about it. Yeah, my son listens to me, my son does this and that for me. And the son or the daughter is exhausted, burnt out, and the son and daughter doesn't have a life of their own. Yeah, they are just there to serve the narcissistic parents till the time the parent is there. And after that they have a really messed up and miserable life. Yeah, so narcissistic parents really don't care what happens to their children after they die. And this is because it's all about them. They are extremely self-centered and selfish individuals. I, me, myself, I have done this for you, I've done that for you, and now it's your time, now you have to do it for me. It's really simple. Yeah, often what happens is when we see healthy individuals, we start comparing things. Why can't my mom be the way how my friend's mom is? Why can't my dad love me and treat me the way how my friend's dad loves her and treats her? We get into this comparison, and we keep wondering why. And with all that manipulation, intermittent reinforcement, withholding love and affection, we are trained to believe that there is something wrong with me, and that's the reason my parent is upset. There is something wrong with me, and that's the reason I was punished. Yeah, we are never allowed to see the clear picture. We are never allowed to confront the truth. We are never allowed to get in touch with reality. Yeah, everything is so much manipulated. There's so much of gaslighting. We see things differently. Yeah, and we with time develop a voice inside of us that keeps telling us, my mom was angry with me because I was a bad child. I was the difficult one. I was the selfish and mean one. I was the one who, used to trouble her, and that's why she used to beat the shit out of me. All that beating has made me a lovely person. All that abuse has made me a strong man. That is, the kind of damage that happens, to us when we are raised by narcissistic parents. We get into this self gaslighting. Every time we are disrespected, mistreated, we don't hold them accountable, the narcissistic parent. Instead, we go inside and start blaming ourselves. There was something wrong with me. I was the difficult one. I didn't listen to her. I deserve the punishment that my mother gave me. Yeah. So it's a whole different level of abuse that one gets to experience from the time one is born in a narcissistic family, to these narcissistic parents. So yes, narcissistic families are not families. It's an institution. It's a setup where it's all about giving and supplying the narcissist. That's it. So have this realization, accept this fact that they are just your egg donors and sperm donors. Yeah, nothing more than that. And give closure, move on, work on your own self. Till the time you're connected with them, till the time you are in some ways dependent on them, they are going to keep pulling you in. They are going to keep sucking you in. Yeah, in that trap. Yeah, where you are completely drained, where you are completely distorted, where you are completely broken into thousand pieces. And trust me, it takes a lot of time and energy and effort to patch yourself up after going no contact. No contact is not easy. It takes a lot of time. I mean, now I am a little stable, but initially when I had gone no contact, it was really painful. A lot of things used to keep haunting me, and I used to wonder. I had a lot of guilt and shame, and I used to often think that I was the wrong one. I should have given another chance and second chance. With all these distorted things that we get to hear and see in society, in other families, we really don't know how to navigate properly. Yeah, because nobody really values your feeling and experience, and what's going inside of you. Nobody really values and cares about all of that. All what others are concerned about is how well you can serve your narcissistic parent. Yeah, I mean, at least this is what I get to see firsthand in India. I don't know about other countries. I think things are quite similar across globe. Yeah. So yes, narcissistic families are not families. They are institutions, where relationship is very transactional, instrumental, and conditional, where you can be stripped of your title. If you're a golden child, okay, but if you are not giving them what they want out of you, you can be scapegoated, you can be made the invisible child, or in worst case scenario, you can be replaced, and you can be discarded as well. So yes, it's not a family. Family is something else. Yeah. So don't misunderstand narcissistic families, as healthy families. No, it's not a family. It's just a setup where people with same interest have come together, or somewhat have been together for some time, and they started breeding. It's not family. Yeah. So don't misuse this term, or don't disrespect this word family. Family is a very beautiful thing. Lucky are those individuals who have amazing family, who have their parents back, and parents are like friends, and parents are always there through thick and thin. Lucky are those. And lucky are those who have created such families. I mean, a lot of you survivors out there have created brilliant and wonderful families, and who have chosen to be the cycle breakers and not to continue all that abuse, and are raising their kids wonderfully and beautifully and having a good time. So yes, Narcissistic families are not families. In case if you would like to add in something, you can always comment below. Till then, take care of yourself. Lots of love and blessings to all of you. Don't ignore the red flags and work on yourself, strengthen yourself. And the only way to survive, the only way to move ahead in life is going no contact.